Welcome to Gettin Geeky with your host, Gina Schreck, and the occasional special guest, bringing tech tips in bite-sized pieces. She's getting geeky, getting goofy, and getting random. Welcome to Gettin Geeky.
I'm Gina Schreck. This is Neil McKenzie of Neil McKenzie Photography, and we just did a really fun photo shoot.
Yes, it was pretty fun.
So I'm excited to see those new headshots coming, and I thought who better to talk to, and you are a marketing genius as well, so I think this is a great combo to talk about branding.
Great. Literally you have, milliseconds, a half a second to attract somebody's attention for them to say, this person I'd like to get to know better, this person looks interesting. So really that's what's happening if you make friends with somebody on social networking or they're looking at your website. If they don't like it or they don't connect with it, they're on to the next thing. I mean, it's like how fast can I click the button and do something else? Now, what grabs somebody's attention is the eyes. So
That's interesting.
a good headshot focuses on the eyes, and that's kind of what you're drawn to. Yeah, kind of like that. And it says, hey, this is somebody interesting. I'd like to get to know them better.
And it is interesting because I wrote a post once about, does your face stop traffic?
Sometimes.
Go to your Twitter, just your home page. Look at all the pictures. Which one stops traffic? Which one stops your attention and grabs it? And then you look at, what is it? Is it the coloring? Is it the eyes? Is it? I mean, to me, it's usually a close-up headshot, like you said. Or I really hate when people put a picture of their truck or dog. For some reason, that bothers me.
Well, if you're like
unless it's your brand.
a dog trainer,
then it's okay. But I'm always like, I need to get to know you as a person, and which is probably why the eyes are really important.
It's absolutely the eyes. And kind of when in the studio today, as I was taking pictures, and you noticed me taking a picture, and then once you can you take another one?
Right.
I was making sure that your eye is so crystal clear that when I zoomed in, I could see I could see myself in your eyes. I saw something the other day. It's probably something to ask you. I saw some expert in, I think it was social networking, says you should change your profile picture regularly, and I'm just thinking,
totally disagree.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I disagree.
This would be like Coca-Cola changing its
logo
every other month or something. It's like, what's up with this?
I think, and I even suggest using the same picture or a picture from the same photo shoot. So it might be a different picture, but it's from the same grouping of pictures from Twitter, one for Twitter, one for Facebook, one for your blog, but yet they're all three similar enough so that when somebody sees it, they know who it is without having to look.
Yeah, like it's kind of, when I started getting on the social networking stuff, I needed a picture, so I had two cameras, so I didn't know what to do, so
Which, by the way, I used you as an example in my book, Gettin Geeky with Twitter, because I said you should always show your face. Well, he has a photo that actually does not show his whole face, but the brand, it works so well that you're an example of people who didn't use their whole face, but it so works for you because it's your brand.
Anyway, I'm kind of like this, and I made sure that my eyes were over that, so you could see my eyes and my camera and my hat. And I really didn't like it. I mean, the picture was okay, so when I got on social networking, I needed something. Just kind of threw it out. Some of my friends said, yeah, that's the one, you should use
It's a
that.
great picture. And it is one that, to me, stops traffic. I see that one, and I see the camera, I know who it is.
Well, it's kind of like when I see your picture. Smiling.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I mean, I see, what's Gina up to? I know. I mean,
hopefully the ones he just took will stop traffic.
Oh, they will definitely. Just one more thing, it was kind of, I come from a market research background. I used to research advertising, test ads for several of the American Express brands. So we had all these super creative people and, big ad agencies, this type of stuff. And, we had millions and millions of dollars to spend on advertising. So we wanted to test these things to make sure that, they were going to work well. So I have this background in research, so I'm always kind of inquisitive, asking people questions. Like when you come in here, what do you do? What's your brand? Like, tell me some more, this kind of stuff. I kind of came up with this idea, or just a question it's like, how when you walk up to somebody and they hand you a business card, or you've seen them on the website, you look at the picture on the business card, then you look at them, and there's kind of this disconnect, right?
Right.
And you don't want to say anything, but it's just kind of like, well, I used to have hair, or, I was drive to here, or there's rain, whatever. Life happens, right?
This was 1980, yeah.
Yeah, life happens. There's nothing wrong with that. So I came up with this research project, and I went out and asked. I said, when you see somebody's business card and you look at their face and there's a disconnect, what do you think? And some of the answers that I got back were really brutally honest. Some of the comments I got back was, this person is dishonest. I wouldn't do business with them. They're not trustworthy. And I had no idea that that's the stuff that would come back. I mean, I thought it would be more like, well, I think they have a good, better picture.
Right.
But no, it was really about the authenticity
of the person.
Well, I think you need to have something that's authentic, that really represents you and your brand. So if you're Mr. Grumpy as your brand, you should probably be, grumpy in the picture, right?
Yeah.
Or just be authentic about who you are, because what you don't want is somebody to take a look at your picture, whether it's on a social networking site or your business cards or website, brochure, what have you, and they look at the picture and then they look at you and go, who is this?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, so you want to, be who you are.
Which is funny. I see people with their brand is something to do with fun or playful, and then their picture is...
Yeah.
Well, what is this, first of all? That's one of my pet peeves. I hate this pose.
You do? I kind of like that.
Well, the only thing I
have
like
some great
this,
shots with you like that.
Well, but I think what this tells me is, are you hiding your double chin? Which actually, it's a really good technique.
No, that's kind of
Is that this? Is this the photographer's facelift?
The wind blown look, yeah.
Yeah, so making sure that your photos and your brand are congruent is probably...
Yeah, and I think for, let's say you're doing something for social networking, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or something like that, you really only have a small space. I don't know what the pixel count is, but like 60 pixels or something.
Right.
So here we are, we have a white background, it's not competing with us talking to the camera. You really don't want a picture of you standing behind Machu Picchu and you're this little ant person here, right?
Right.
So what you want to do is get it like really,
because
really
it's called
a
headshot.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's called a headshot. That's another thing. Yeah, don't take one too far away.
No.
That you can't really see who you are.
Yeah, and kind of another tip you don't want to do is, let's say you have a picture that maybe we're married and now you're not, and you Photoshop the other person out.
It's like you see the edges of the person cut out.
It's like, what's the rest of this picture? But actually, it might make something interesting depending, again,
you'd have to put something else in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you could just Photoshop your dog in with you.
People have done that. I've seen that.
Have they?
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of the spouse, you've got the dog.
Makeup and that kind of thing for women. Don't wear a lot. They'll take care of that. The camera, the lighting will take care of that. And then there's also Photoshop.
Airbrush.
Well, it doesn't. You're great. I mean, I don't have to do a lot here, but kind of the idea is that your picture should come across as you, but it should come across as, I'm having a good hair day, I'm having a good makeup day if it's a woman.
Right.
And a guy, I don't know what to say, just having a good day.
For women, at least when we wake up, we say, I can do something about this. Men look in the mirror and go, this is as good as it gets.
Pretty much. That's kind of what I say. It's like, whatever.
Put on a different time. Any other tips or things that you think for good social media headshots?
Yeah. Just, a couple things to keep in mind. Just, be who you are, keep it authentic, and, get it done right. Doesn't mean you have to spend $1 million on photography. You don't. And one more thing is, if you have a professional do it, make sure they get to know you a little bit better and have a reason why they're taking these pictures and how these are going to help you with your brand, right? Is there props you need to need? Is it going to be formal, what have you? If you go to a studio and there's like footprints on the floor, and you're supposed to stand there and then say cheese, that's may not be the best.
May not be the best one. Or Sears, where the background is a little gray.
Yeah, and the backgrounds, we shot on white today. I like the white just because it's focused on you, it isn't on the background.
Right.
And then if you do want to do some photoshoppy stuff, putting you on a beach in Hawaii, you can do that as well. So
just where I should be.
Yeah.
Check out his website.
Yeah.
Right here, it's on the
NeilMcKenziephotography.com.